The Lobotomy Corp. The Lobotomy Corp does not recruit, it attracts. Its advertisements are not seen with the eyes, but felt in the soft tissue behind them. They manifest as a sudden, profound dissatisfaction with the shape of one's own thoughts, the messy tangle of opinions that constitute a personality. The message is simple: your peace is our procedure. The first stage is the invitation of the blunt edge. It begins not with a conversation, but with a sensory deprivation of ideology. Potential subjects find themselves in rooms painted a shade of white that actively refuses to host a shadow. The air smells of nothing, a scent so pure it becomes an aggressive void. Here they are served a thin, nutritious gruel called pabulum, designed to be flavorless, to wean the palate from the spicy chaos of individual preference. The second stage is the unspooling. In soundproof chambers lined with the felted hair of previous highly satisfied clients, subjects are exposed to the smooth saying. This is not an argument, it is a sonic tool, a low-frequency mantra that does not speak words, but instead applies a consistent pressure to the knotted threads of belief. It does not cut, it gently, insistently unravels. A subject's conviction about, say, the beauty of a mountain range becomes a loose thread, then a pile of cognitive lint, easily blown away. The feeling is not of loss, but of relief, a lightening of a burden they never knew they carried. The third stage is the installation of the pleasant fact. With the mind now a vacant, well-scrubbed room, new furnishings are brought in. These are not beliefs, for belief implies doubt. They are pleasant facts. They are inserted not through ears, but through a subtle scent-based delivery system, a perfume called Eau de Ancien Regime that carries concepts like the weather is acceptable or compliance is a form of contentment. These facts do not argue, they simply are as undeniable as gravity and just as passive. Bodily resistance is met with the somatic realignment. When a subject's body rebels, perhaps with a spike of adrenal fear or a gut-deep nausea, it is not punished, it is thanked. The core understands the flesh is the last fortress of the rebellious self. The subject is strapped to a warmed amethyst plinth and administered a milky fluid, the milk of amnesia, which directly targets muscular memory. The body is taught to unclench, to relax, to interpret the rising panic not as fear, but as the thrilling precursor to a profound and total understanding. This biochemical betrayal often triggers a violent, shuddering climax, a final, pathetic protest of the nervous system that is recategorized as a eureka spasm, the body's gratitude for its own pacification. The final stage is not a release, but a absorption. The subject, now a serene vessel, does not leave the Lobotomy Corp. They become part of its infrastructure. Their eyes, now the color of still water, are used to calibrate the shade of the white paint. Their vocal cords, repurposed, become the reeds that play the low, sustaining note of the smooth saying for the next generation of guests. Their former opinions, condensed into an opalescent vapor, are stored in canisters and used to perfume the intake rooms, a warning and a promise of the peace that comes from becoming a pleasant, useful, and entirely frictionless part of the whole. There are no individuals here, only a single smooth and endless repeating operation. Your peace is their procedure, and the procedure is never complete.